Welcome to the AdvFix, the best place to get your motorcycle news. We have all about had it with 2020, but nonetheless there is some good news to look forward to for the next year, in the form of a brand new midweight adventure bike. New info sprouted up about CFMOTO 800MT Adventure, so stick around. Love affair between the Austrians at KTM and the Chinese CFMOTO continues. It started back in 2011 when CFMOTO started being the official supplier for KTM motorcycles in China. In 2017, a new deal was struck with KTM where CFMOTO would build a brand new manufacturing plant capable of pushing out a whopping 100,000 bikes per year, concentrating mostly on KTM mid-sized bikes like the 790 Adventure and the 790 Duke, basically freeing the Austrians up to pay closer attention to their flagship models, like the 1290 Super Adventure, which is still built in Austria. Part of this new deal was that CFMOTO would be able to use the LC8 790 engine in any of their new bikes, which is exactly what they are now doing. Say hello to soon-to-come CFMOTO 800MT, not to be confused with the Yamaha MT lineup. This bike has been spied quite a few times this year, starting in January. It was supposed to come out sometimes in September, missed the deadline, and now is scheduled for spring 2021 release. However, new images with it fully dressed, painted and even decals on have been leaked. Even if it's sharing parts with the 790 Adventure, the 800MT has a more traditional dual sport design. Instead of a split down low fuel tanks, CFMOTO has gone with a standard upper fuel tank setup. The seat seems lower than the one on the KTM's. The auxiliary light seems to be integrated inside the side panels, of which there seems to be more of them covering the bike than you would find on a KTM. First impressions are that CFMOTO is going for a more street-oriented dual sport bike, unlike some of the KTM's more off-road biased adventurers. Engine-wise, we are of course getting the KTM 790cc power plant from the 790 Adventure. Great little engine, you know, when it does not start leaking oil. It will put out 95 horsepower, exactly the same as the 790 Adventure, so thankfully no detuning went on there. Good news in the suspension department as well. It seems the 800MT will also be fitted with KTM's WP suspension. Even with insufficient info, there seems to be a lot this bike has nailed right. Brakes look like dual 3020s on front, which is perfect. The frame is close to the one on 790 Adventure, even if the swing arm seems to have been changed. It sits lower, so it will be less intimidating to ride for newer riders, and it comes with both cast wheels if you're into more road riding, or spoked wheels if you want to rip it off-road. One thing which jumps out is the weight. If you ride in this on-road, most of the time you will not have a problem with it, but for off-road riding, 231 kilograms or 510 pounds is a bit too much for a 800cc bike, don't you think? In comparison, this is heavier than the KTM's 890 Adventure by 16 kilograms or 35 pounds. The extra side panels and some cost cutting as well resulted in this, but if you are mainly interested in road riding, the fact that 800MT will be cheaper than what a KTM is offering at the moment and also built around the same technology should however make you smile. With this we close my report. Why don't you jump into the comment section below and let us know how a new adventure bike built by a Chinese company, which is already building bikes for one of the biggest manufacturers in the world, with a proper engine, suspension and brakes, cheaper than KTM in the same category, but also heavier, sounds to you. Let us know in the comment section down below. Well, that is the show for today, everybody. If you have enjoyed it, give it a big thumbs up. If you think you've learned something new, consider subscribing or become one of the patrons to help us make more content. Adieu, and I will see you in the next one.